Hey, how's it going, guys? Garcia here with another portfolio update. So, sorry for missing yesterday. I just got caught up with doing some stuff at the house. So, today we are down slightly to $94,964.07 today. So, from the last update, we're actually up a couple grand. We had a pretty nice pump yesterday. Yesterday, the traditional IRA actually had a really good pump. What was that? Yesterday was the 30th? Yeah. So yesterday we had a 19% day on the traditional IRA. The reason we had the pump is because we had call options on Palantir. We had call options on Palantir that we ended up selling. Let's see where they're at. Here we go. So I sold the calls near the top of the day, intraday. And I used that money to then buy shares on Palantir and shares on TSLA. And during the pump as well, I immediately sold covered calls on both of those companies. So here you can see at the top, total return. We pretty much got 50%, almost 50% return on the covered calls for Palantir. And we're up 14% on the $10 calls. Let's see. On the Roth IRA, we had, we were down 0.6%. But yesterday, we had, let's see where it is. Where's 3 p.m.? 8 to 3. Yeah, it was a 4% day on the portfolio yesterday. And today, down 0.6. So let's take a look at the plays. Let's see, total percent change. So here, you'll see that the call options on Unity are gone. And I replaced it with a call option on TNA instead. So TNA is a triple leveraged small cap ETF. So I think small caps are going to become, the market was going to rotate into small caps more and more. I think the reason is the IWM or the small cap ETF is the last ETF to catch up to QQQ, SPY, and the Dow. So I'm, making a bet on that. And let's see how much the bet is worth. Yeah, $500 on that. So I'm not risking too much on that bet. But here you go. I have the Palantir $23 covered calls. And the ENVX $13.50. We're up 26% on those. The $10 calls on TSLA. We're up 29%. So we're doing pretty well here. Let's see. Oh, BITX. I've been buying more and more BITX as well. So using some of the premiums that I'm receiving for the covered calls to buy more BITX. So I'll be increasing this position through premiums. And let's go to the big account. Yesterday in the big account, May 30th, 8 a.m. to 3, we had a 3.57% day yesterday. And today we're down $18 in the big account. Couldn't be flatter. 0.02 to the downside today. And let's take a look. Let's go dive deeper into the $23 covered calls. Why I decided to sell them on Palantir. So even though selling covered calls on Palantir is very risky at these levels, given that any day Palantir could do another announcement, another partnership, I was kind of making a bet that riding the wave and the hype of the previous announcement, the first one, the contract with the Army, I figured, look, I'm not expecting it to go above $23 in 8 days. And that's the reason I took this bet, is because it's going to expire very, very quickly. I would not be making covered calls, running covered calls on Palantir, extending further out after June 7th. The reason is, the inclusion date, I believe, is on the 6th or the 7th. So I do not want to be caught with covered calls when that announcement happens. Or during the run-up of that happening. Like if there's a huge run-up before the announcement and volatility is also increasing, then I would probably sell some covered calls going out, but some very conservative covered calls going into the announcement. Just because I believe if it's running into the announcement, it might be a buy the rumors, sell the news type of event. But all in all, a very, very good positive catalyst for Palantir in the long term to be included in the S&P 500. All right, so now that I kind of broke down the reason to sell the $23 covered calls, let's see. The 750 cash secured puts on TSLA, we're up 1.75%. The Palantir $24 cash secured puts, we are up 13.7%. So this position that we were down at one point, we were down almost 50% at one point. Like we rode this down, we were like in the 360, but it's good. It's good that, we're getting in a better spot. But one lesson that I have learned from this, because here you'll see that we did a roll. So we already had a cash secured put at $24 expiring on the 17th. So these would have gotten assigned if I didn't do anything about that. But I think a mistake that I personally made was not rolling down in strike as well. I kind of rolled out in time, and that was a very bullish, very aggressive move. And that did net me $700 in credit, as you could see here in the middle. But something that I'm learning is with covered calls and cash secured puts, if you don't want to get assigned, if you don't want to be dealing with that type of pressure, it's better to just try to stay out of the money whenever possible, or roll towards at the money, because these were already underwater. So I basically kicked the can down the road in time, but I didn't roll down maybe to a $23 put. Doing so, if I had rolled to a $23 put, this would have been much, much cheaper. I would have been in a better spot to then maybe kick the can down the road and roll down to 22. Because eventually I want to get under the stock price with my cash secured puts. And with the covered calls, it's the opposite. Let's say Palantir starts running up above my $23 covered call. I want to roll up to 25, to 26, even if that means not receiving a credit. I want to stay below the share price so that way these contracts expire worthless, because I'm trying to avoid assignment. That's my goal. So that's a lesson that I'm learning. So when the time comes, if Palantir's still below $24 by June 21st, or we're running out of extrinsic value, I am thinking of rolling down in strikes. If I wanted to roll today, I could roll down to, rolling down to a $23 put, one more month out. It's still, it's going to cost me $880. So it's kind of negating that $700 that I got for rolling in the first place. And then, the time, what is it called? Not sunk cost, but opportunity cost of having all this money tied up and not doing another contract. This money's kind of just stuck here until Palantir either closes above $24 or I close these contracts out completely. But what I'm not going to do is close them out at a loss. That's kind of a cash secured put, covered call, kind of a overview from my point of view. Mind you, I don't consider myself that good at doing these covered calls and cash secured puts. I still consider myself a rookie. So, know the people in the community, like TJ, watch YouTube videos from him or other people, that you could see. But this is not information that you should have to pay for. There's people giving it away for free, and just, learn from them. All right. So we have a lot to catch up on when it comes to what's going on Twitter. It's been a couple days, and you know me, I'm always posting memes no matter what day it is. So last we left here. we're talking about the U.S. Army contract with Palantir. And this was that update that I posted. So this guy, he's been posting memes, and honestly, I can't tell if he's kind of just taking digs at Palantir, or if it's just a parody. It's just a sarcasm, and I kind of misjudging. But he seems to it seems to be a constant theme where he doesn't know what Palantir does. Who knows what it does? Like at the top, I just got a 500K offer from Palantir, and when I asked what is the product, the interviewer said, "I don't know. They won't tell me." Like, I have a feeling this guy knows what Palantir does, but I kind of decided to joke about it. The year is 2030. Palantir is used in over 50% of U.S. companies and in every military branch of the U.S. government. Creatine Cycle still doesn't know what Palantir does. And I think he responded, yeah, no one has any idea, and neither do you. And I said, they're an AI company that uses AI to implement AI. So I'm kind of joking with him, hoping he's joking as well. And something interesting. So Amit is not the only content creator that Vladimir is, talking to on Twitter. So here I responded to one of Vlad's updates. I asked him, hey, so when are we getting tax lots? So for those who don't know, tax lots are when you get to choose which shares in particular you're going to sell. So let's say I've been buying Palantir throughout the whole year, and next year I want to sell the shares that I bought exactly 1 year ago or later or older, because I want the long-term capital gains. Currently with Robinhood, I believe it's first in, first out, or last in, first out. So you're kind of getting screwed tax-wise if you're selling before the year, no matter what. Even after the year. Like, let's say if I start selling a year from now or 6 months from now, I'm pretty sure I would be stuck selling the shares I just bought a few weeks ago, and not the shares that I bought over a year ago now. So this is important. He said, hey, so tax lots are coming later this year. And source, Vladimir, responding to me. It's pretty cool. It's pretty cool to see him responding to people in the community. Here we go. Oh, so here I was kind of adding more detail to the Army contract. That only one bid was solicited. Indicates that the $400 million contract was awarded without a competitive bidding process. So it's like being invited to a one-person job interview where you're the only candidate. It shows a high level of trust and confidence in Palantir's capabilities and expertise, underscoring the company's strong relationship with the U.S. military. One ring to rule them all. One ring to find them. So I think it's important that people understand that Palantir is the real deal. It's not a fake AI play, so I think it's I think it's incredible that they're getting these opportunities. Me, after the stock I bought calls on drops 50%.
I want to change my bet. I want to change my bet. I want to...
Can I change my bet after hours, please? I'd like to undo my mistake. Oh yeah, so these are the covered calls that I sold on Palantir. So selling 40 contracts in total, I received $839. So $839 for 8 days, I'll take it. And it's funny because right after I had posted this, Palantir made the next announcement, which is they got another the deal with the CJADC2. So one thing about publicly sharing my portfolio and publicly sharing my moves is that there will be moments when I post something and then the stock goes completely the other way, or it goes against the covered calls that I'm selling, and I'll look like an idiot, or I'll look like everybody will point and laugh and be like, haha, how could you? But but one thing I am hedging myself with is buying more shares with the premiums that I received. So here I bought more shares with the premiums just in case I have to roll early. So what do I mean by that? Let's say Palantir does shoot above $23. It shoots to 24 or 25 and I have to roll. If I have to roll to avoid assignment and I have to close the contracts and reopen new ones for less credit or even a loss, I'm going to roll, buy to close and sell to open, possibly at break even or at a loss. And what I'm going to do is I'm going to then sell these shares to make up for that loss, because then these shares would have gone up to $25, $26, $27. So I'm kind of hedging my hedge, if you're kind of following me. So my covered calls are a hedge on my Palantir shares, and buying these shares are a hedge on that hedge, the hedge of the hedge. It's like hedgeception. So I freaking love this GIF. Let's go. So here's the update. I mean, look at this. It was on the big account yesterday. It was up 6%. The Roth IRA was up 6%, and look at this. The traditional IRA with only the calls was up a big 19%. Crazy. So right after I sold those covered calls, Palantir selected by Chief Digital and Artificial Intelligence Office to participate in scaling data analytics and AI capabilities across the Department of Defense in support of CJADC2 strategy, which is insane. CJADC2 stands for Canada, Japan, America. Joint All Domain Command 2. I'm not sure what the C stands for. Is it CO? No, it's not CO. Joint All Domain Command 2. But no, I was thinking AUKUS. AUKUS. So here, another day, another contract, and you guys know what that means. Again, love that video. Every contract we get, you guys are gonna get that. So here, I bought more shares in the other accounts. Here, that video, when people tell me covered calls, good luck having your shares called away and missing the boat. I'm pretty sure I shared this before, but it's too good to not play again.
Watch out! Don't floor it! Watch out! Move! Move! Move!
Careful, Austin! Watch out!
Watch out!
Watch out!
Oh! Let's go! Come on, don't floor it!
Like, I'm not going to sit still and let these $23 covered calls get assigned. Trust me. Snatching up some more Palantir before Mr. Market realizes how big of a deal the CJADC2 contract really is. He's like, all right, let me just take this here. I'll be heading on my way. Yeah, so I bought more shares in the other accounts. Hey, Grogu, very likely that I'll tweet something and you will be butthurt. I just want you to know that I am not sorry. Chaos. Shout out to Chaos for this one. The whole market was Reddit except Palantir. Palantir absorbing all of the liquidity in the market. That was awesome. Oh, man. Palantir shareholders knowing Palantir is taking the entire government and commercial market.
Life like this sure is sweet, huh?
It definitely is.
I wish I had more time to buy Palantir in the low 20s. People are going to be saying that when Palantir's in the 30s. And look at this. You had all this time since February, since the day after earnings. You could have bought after that huge pump from $16 to 21. And look at this. You had all this time to buy. I don't believe you. Here, I wish I had more time to buy Palantir back when it was in the 20s. This was back in March. And this was back in January. I wish I had more time to buy back when it was cheap. Look at this. You had since June 2023 to January 2024. It's insane. You had 6 months to buy Palantir in the $16 range. And now you have another blessing. You have another range that you can buy Palantir in. So just buy little by little. Oh, in other news, Snowflake was hacked apparently. They suffered a massive data breach. So it's not good. Not good for the stock. Snowflake is down today. I don't know how much. We can check later. But Snowflake defending itself from hackers. It's like, oh, get him. Get him. The double fist punch. Oh, man. So, all right, so we're caught up. It kind of felt like one of those weekend posts where I have 3 days of memes to share with you guys. All right, guys. So it looks like we're at the end of the video. Thank you guys for watching, for subscribing, liking the video, and leaving your comments down below. Thank you all for watching, and I will see you guys tomorrow.